back with some more Bowser's Inside Story. And I gotta say, I know this is the fan favorite, or one of them, and I loved this game growing up too, but I am pleasantly surprised at how enjoyable that first stream was. Now, we are getting into territory where Bowser's going to start learning special moves, which do require the touchscreen. The plan is to get up to the first giant battle, which is going to be another thing, which is cool on original hardware, but I don't know how I'm going to feel about it in the context of emulation. But we shall see. Gonna press on anyway. Oh, I can... That's right, I can breathe fire now. So, can I backtrack in that case? Like, can I go back? I know, like, this one requires... There's, like, a ledge, I think. Probably same over here as well. I know it wants me to keep going this way. But I'm like, what if I didn't, though? I do kinda wish that the map was on the bottom screen at all times, though. That's like a small thing. Like, if this mini-map was down here, and then when I press A or B, then the bros show up. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Or at least being able to swap the display. Yeah, I want to explore just a little bit, even though it's probably not worth it. That seems like maybe the bros can go over there because it's a tighter path. Showtime. What's the strat with these guys? Oh wait, that's kind of sick. Yeah, playing as Bowser is fucking dope. I can't think of a single game that you can play as him to this capacity. Like, there are games we've mentioned with Thousand Year Door, and I think Super Paper Mario you can also play as him or something, but it's not quite to the same degree as something like this, I feel like. Which makes this game very cool, because this is a Bowser game as much as, if not more than, it is a Mario and Luigi game, which is very cool. I'd like to see more stuff like this in that vein. It doesn't have to be Bowser, but, you know, put some other Mario characters at the forefront. Where's my Wario and Waluigi Whooper Star Waga, you know? Waluigi's inside trading or something like that, you know? Like, insider trading. Or Wario's Ponzi scheme. What do I want to go for here? Fuck. The roulette is like too fast for me to keep up with. Keep track of. At least for now. Once I can kind of get in the zone, maybe I'll get better at it. Yeah, let's go back to this cave. Use a little bit of speed up just to get ourselves... Oh no, wait. Oh, that's right. Because I know he wants to go to his castle, but... Okay, yeah, this requires the spike ball. But towards the entrance, though, we just needed the fire breath, I think. Or wait, I can get down here. Yeah, let's do that. Lit. Little bean spot there, I assume. Then the timing for an excellent on that is very long, very late. Nice little chip damage. Let's see if I can get it this time. Damn, it's even longer than I want it to be. Pause. But, no, like, the timing is... It's cool, because I know were there as many increments of timing in the previous games where it's like good, great, excellent? I feel like it was just... Like, I think of the Bros attacks in Superstar Saga, isn't it always okay on the first hit, and then the second hit is good, then the last hit is great? That's what it seemed like, at least, unless my timing was just not entirely all there, but... It seemed like those indicators were kind of move-dependent, whereas in this, it seems like every attack has different degrees of timing, with excellent obviously doing the most damage, but being the most precise. So if that is a new thing, then I think that's very cool. If it's not a new thing, then it's still cool, but I just didn't notice it in the previous games in that case. Alright, let's see. Okay, cool. For a second I was like, what? But no, that seems about right. Oh, sick. We just got some new equipment. Hell yeah. That's some good level design right there. Because it's totally optional to go back there. And, oh, do I... There must be different slots for gear. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. On the Bros, at least. So I guess I haven't unlocked the other slots, so I have to choose one or the other. Yeah, definitely the defense, which is a pretty major defense buff, in fact. No. Noki Doki. Noki Doki Bay from Mario Sunshine. Whatever it's called. Now, well, I guess it's probably not that much faster to go to the teleporter. I was just thinking, I was like a screen away from it. Can't fall that way. Oh wait, this is somewhat of a new path, I think. Yeah, me too. And while I do think Partners in Time is definitely overlooked, because I quite enjoyed playing through that, I think I said this several times, where like there was never really a major wow moment, maybe with the exception of that final story twist I thought was kind of like actually cool. But for the most part, it was just like, the game was just steadily very good. But like it never really got to the same highs as Superstar Saga, but it also didn't have the same lows. But by that metric, it was like maybe a little bit, I wouldn't say boring by a long shot, but maybe like a little bit more, just like not as unique or exciting, I guess. Whereas Bowser's Inside Story, sure, they did implement a lot of things from Partners in Time and kept that, like the double jump kind of deal. Even though we don't have the babies and, some other stuff. But we have Bowser as a playable character, which makes this game a lot more unique and distinct and exciting in a sense. And then I'm wondering, I almost feel like Dream Team from trying to recall like 10 years ago, or over 10 years ago at this point, my time with Dream Team, maybe they go a little bit too far with trying to make that game feel distinct. Like there's almost too much going on gimmick-wise. Feature creep and all that. Aw, he gets sad and runs away. I thought he was gonna get pissed, but I kind of feel bad for Fat Goomba. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, I can burn these too. Okay, I didn't even realize. You just love this place, huh, Blockface? Oh, Monsieur Turtlebit. Why is poor moi here, he asks. Well, I have the troubles. My petite pet, Block. He is lost to moi. Hello, mon cute Broggy. Broggy's the best. Broof, broof. That almost sounds Russian. I like to think of Broggy barking in a French accent. Broof, broof. Deeper than that, but you know. Mon chéri, petite Broggy, your return is... Oh shit. Oh, crazy Broggy, why you do this? We fight him. I'm very glad that I'm playing the DS version, though, in retrospect. I may come to regret saying that once we're in the giant battle, but there's like, what, 2 or 3 of those? It shouldn't be that bad. It's just gonna look fucked up. Hold down Y. Oh, okay. But this kind of... I like that a lot, actually. You are craving the punch now. I like how he's still just laying on the ground for no reason. Oh, whoops. You should build up flame power like you do with the punch. If you build up the power to the last second, okay. Nice. Since all the blocks are French people, I imagine there's a whole section of Mario France inhabited solely by block animals. I like that too. Kind of like how the Bean Kingdom has all the beans. All the bean people. Oh, and then we can punch him in the back. Oh, I see. Block Kingdom, right? Oh shit. Yeah, I think it'd be cool. Like, Mario Odyssey was great, and a lot of the unique kingdoms, well, a lot of the kingdoms in that game were unique to that game, which I think is cool, but at the same time, maybe a missed opportunity for one to not do DLC, which I'm very surprised they never did. But for two, like, yeah, we got the Mushroom Kingdom at the end, which was very cool. But no Bean Kingdom and no, like, other direct references to previous games and kingdoms that existed in those games. Right? Can you imagine the Bean Kingdom being in the next 3D Mario or something? Didn't even have to be areas. Just throw some of the places. Even just as Easter eggs, I mean, that would have been fine. I'm very bad at this. Also, I didn't hold it. Oh, whoops. Yeah, and especially considering a lot of people are theorizing that Bowser's Fury is indicative of what the next 3D Mario is going to be. I feel like it's going to be more of an interconnected, almost open world kind of thing. Or at the very least, you could even think Sonic Frontiers in a weird way, with open zone, where you've got these big, multiple open worlds, like multiple of them, that have different sections. I mean, I wouldn't be against. I don't know. I'm so burnt out on the open world thing, but I feel like in a Mario game, though, it would feel very dense and compact, you know? Hope it doesn't become the only kind of big game. Open world. Yeah, like, I do tend to think that Mario is usually at its best when it is more contained locations. But I'm down for them to try something different. Like, I do think Mario Odyssey 2 was a no-brainer, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. But at this point, it's been so long, it's like, just do something different and new. Because my biggest thing with Dog Executed, we were literally just like beating the shit out of an animal, like, casually, but it's a block and he's fine, so it's okay apparently. And Bowser's also a dickhead, so then again, it wasn't self-defense largely, but whatever, I don't know. Oh, whoops. Dimblewood. Brooke basically just unofficially hired Bowser as a hitman to beat up his dog. Yeah, straight up. Monsieur Brooke. The Brooke. I like the shell defense, it's very cool. Oh, we got that burn. I'll take those. I like Bowser's noises in this game, the sound effects. Yeah, I feel like I'm ready for a new 3D Mario. Would not doubt. I would not. Well, I would not be surprised if that's a launch title for the next system. I feel like the launch lineup for the next Nintendo system is going to be insane, because it just feels like they're holding stuff. Because there's really, like, no major releases this year. We've got a remake of The Thousand Year Door, we've got the Peach game, which I'm sure is going to be fine, but it's not like a major tentpole release in my mind in the same way. Whereas, like, 142 or 1324. Whole first act of this game is just completely Bowser focused. Yeah, it is cool. Oh, this one, I see. Oh shit. This reminds me of the statue in New Pork City from Mother 3. Like the whole stone creature come to life kind of thing. Hope the boss roster is good though. Fury was just Bowser and reskins. Dude, Wonder's bosses were pretty bad. Like, actually... just fighting Bowser Jr. over and over again. I know the Koopalings were very played out, but I feel like with the Wonder stuff, they could have done some cool, unique things with each of them if you still fought them. Yeah. I don't know, I was kinda... I think I've talked about this before, I'm sure I have, that I thought Wonder was good, but I'm not like... It is one of those games where all of, like, the 9 out of 10s, 10 out of 10s, Game of the Year kind of stuff, I was just like, I don't know, though. It's good, though. It's certainly better than the new Super Mario Brothers games, as we've kind of lambasted over the past several streams, but it's more to me like a step in the right direction as opposed to being like the end goal of said direction, if that makes sense. Super Mario Brothers DS has better boss roster than Wonder. No, that's true, actually. Yeah, I would agree with that. Especially when you have the ones you have to fight with the mini mushroom, that does add an extra component where you can't get hit or you die. Like, you don't have any extra hit. And you need to stay mini to unlock the extra worlds and stuff. Maybe that first new Super Mario Brothers game deserves more credit, but it's like... I know I've gone into how sequels and remakes and stuff do not directly taint the original of a series or whatever it's remaking, but I do think that the other 3 new Super Mario Brothers games being so similar to the first one does kind of taint the first one slightly, just because it's not like unique anymore. If that was the only one they did in that style, I think that it would be praised a lot more directly. Maybe it does get a lot of praise, though, and I'm just ignorant to that, but... Because people also love the Wii one, which I think is very derivative, but the introduction of co-op was kind of a big deal. Bosses would be fine if the castles had unique bosses instead of Koopaling rematches. Yeah. No special effect. Can I see? Okay, I was gonna say, like... Oh, nice, the one we went back to get is better than what I can buy right now, which is super sweet. Maybe I want some refreshing herbs, maybe like 5. I feel like that'd be good. Scratch card? Let's do it. Mush. Rank 3 win. Cool. Oh, I get just one scratch, okay. And I got 2 coins back, wow. Better than nothing, I guess. Un momento. Oh no, block phase. A Blitty. I forgot about these things. This one is a fake. It looks convincing, but... Okay. $15 of them hiding in this Mushroom Kingdom. Oh, okay. Inside monsters? I do remember this being important, though. But I just completely forgot everything about it. Because doesn't it impact one of your special attacks or something? So I just go around to enemies in these areas and vacuum until I get the blitties in that area. Oh, the unique gear and stuff too. Oh, yeah. The best Bowser attack. Alright, sick. Any enemy you haven't vacuumed will give you 1 guaranteed. Okay. So I guess it's worth me actually going back. Like, I want to go back to the fast... Oh, there's a fast travel point. That's a good point. I did forget that was a thing. Would exit? No. I haven't really checked out any of these other locations, but I do remember it being like... They'll just prompt you. Like this nerve cluster, I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's nothing we can do here. Yeah, they're gonna prompt me to go here during story. Same deal with this, there's gonna be some kind of puzzle thing. Nose deck. Yeah. So we'll just chill in the pump works for now. That's for tunneling with Luigi, I bet. Nice. So the Blitties are in what? Each different enemy type kind of thing? I like how that was the bug that was in my blocking the flame type. Each different enemy, okay. That at least makes it somewhat easy to keep track of. Because there haven't really been, like, enemy variety's been good, but as far as, like, volume of enemy types, it's really not been that much. For Bowser, at least. Between Bowser and the Bros, it is much more, but yeah. And Monsieur Brook keeps track, which is good to know. I don't remember these retrack locks though, but... Oh, I see. Nice. Aha. You aspire to travel? Our minds! I'm just so tempted to make the Forspoken joke every single time. What do I think about a Zelda game taking place in the modern era? I'm open to it. I mean, Zelda's one of those series where I don't really have a particular desire for anything specific. I'm kind of open to just about anything that they would want to do with Zelda. My biggest concern right now is that they're just going to do another open world game in the style of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Even if it does advance the formula, I just really want to see them do something different, though. But no, I'd be down for like a more modern or even futuristic kind of Zelda. Although futuristic Zelda is kind of just Metroid, in a sense. Also, I just noticed that the vacuum block was blinking, and so I'm assuming that that means that ability can be obtained from said enemy. Oh no, it's still blinking again here, never mind. So we just have the Lollipop Goombas here. I don't think there's any other enemy types that I can think of. Does that because the lollipops? Oh, right, because of other inhalable items, I see. I guess I'll just manually walk to the beach. We'll fight one of these plaque, or one of these, like, tooth guys. Yeah, the only one I'm missing is Toothy, yeah. And I can just kind of walk back to the shop. It's not that far. That was bad. But yeah, I hate that, well, I both love and hate that I've been, like, in a Sonic mood lately for some reason. But nothing is scratching the itch, particularly. Like, I reinstalled Sonic Adventure, which I played a few months ago, or replayed for the, you know, millionth time a few months ago. I reinstalled it and I was like, yeah, with mods, some parts of this game are great, but most of it is just like, I don't know. I feel like having gone for 100%, I feel like I've had my fill of that game until it gets remade or whatever, but it's like something about that Shadow Generations reveal. Like, I keep thinking about it and I'm like, they've got me. Like, they've got me somehow. I did not expect for Sonic Team to, like, get me actually interested in a Sonic game. I'm not, like, I'm kind of, like, upset by it slightly, but also I'm kind of okay with it because I have a lot of nostalgia for that golden era, or what I view as the golden era, which, you know, for different age groups is going to be different, but ugh. Your favorite Sonic thing is Unleashed intro cutscene? Yeah, that shit is pretty hype. That shit is pretty hype. But I've been thinking, I might actually, I'm debating if I want to play through Generations again. Well, you know what I could do? Is I could reinstall Generations and then use the mod, and then play the mod that is just Unleashed's daytime levels, which that is a mod for Generations. They literally ported, the fans ported over all of Unleashed's. Unleashed's? That doesn't sound right, but that is correct, I think. Unleashed's, I hate that. Sonic Unleashed's daytime levels, they ported all of them into Generations. And so I could play that, because I don't want to play through Generations, and then if I am going to pick up Sonic X Shadow Generations or whatever, Sonic Cross Shadow Generations, I feel like I'm better off waiting. Sonic U, yeah, literally. But yeah, because of the Werehog stuff, I probably will never touch Unleashed fully. But the fact that the daytime levels are playable in regular gens means that I effectively have the best parts of Unleashed via the current version of Generations. And then once the new one comes out, that's where I can play actual Sonic Generations as well as Shadow Generations. Which I'm assuming, people keep saying it's going to be like a Bowser's Fury kind of thing, where you select it from the main menu and it'll be a separate mode kind of deal. And I do get why they're bundling them together, but at the same time, I kind of wish that you could just buy Shadow Generations separately. I might actually I might consider streaming that, actually, the Shadow portion, when that drops. Because I can't imagine it's going to be a super long campaign. So I can just be like a one-off stream. Because I'm weirdly excited for it. Maybe it's not super weird, because Shadow is... Or Shadow in his golden era is my favorite Sonic character. And, like, he still is, he's just not characterized super well, like, pretty much all of them these days. but... Oh, I see. Wait a second. No. In Dimble... Oh, there's one more in Dimblewood. Okay. And these are like later areas. But I was just, I don't know, I was thinking, I know there's been rumors for years about Sonic Adventure remakes, and I always said that that was what would get me back on board, but that I didn't fully really trust Sonic Team to make them good. But at the same time, I don't know if there's a great comparison, but no, not I guess, I mean, Link's Awakening remake was probably made by a separate team, but I was thinking like, okay, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are super grand, and those games are pretty polished, all things considered, but my thought was, Frontiers is like this grand open world kind of thing, and it doesn't seem particularly complete in some sense. I don't know, there's something about it that is very off-putting to me, but if they're remaking a very, like, Sonic Adventure, which is a relatively contained game, scale and scope-wise, and just making that to the best of its ability, then I feel like I would trust that more so than them making something new, but maybe I'm being naive, I don't know. Oh shit. But then again, how could you possibly fuck up a Sonic Adventure remake when that game is, that the original game is so fucked in so many ways, currently? I'd be more concerned about an SA2 remake, but even then, even if they fuck it up, I'm not really against just playing the original, or just having both as different versions kind of deal. But that's also not to say SA2 doesn't have room for improvement. It absolutely does. As much as I do love it. But it's like SA1, the room for improvement is so apparent. That I could see myself actually preferring a remake over the OG. Whereas with SA2, it's a little bit... it's not as cut and dry for me. But I do think it would be super hype still. Hey, what's good, Space Cowboy? Okay, I can't go up that way, so we'll just keep going this way. Oh, that's right, these guys are... Okay, so once we rescue these guys, we get our first special attack, or whatever they're called. You slackers. You guys are hanging out playing Crane in the Cage. I like how they characterize the Goombas and Koopas and stuff, too. Because usually they're just, you know, nameless baddies. And they're still nameless here, but... Goombas don't get chucked, pal. Marching straight ahead into the enemy's feet. Didn't you memorize that? This is amazing. They're literally designed to be stomped on. in universe, apparently. Also, is Mario like killing Goombas and Koopas? Is that the assumption? Because like they disappear from the screen when you like stomp on them, so I don't know. It's a little fucked up, just a little bit. Maybe it is like a Fallout ghoul scenario though, where you know how in Fallout there's feral ghouls who cannot be reasoned with, contrary to the ones that are more civilized. Maybe there's a similar thing going on with Goombas and Koopas and whatnot, to where it's acceptable, but... Hey, what's up, the dude? Welcome. This Wiggler standing up straight is kind of cursed. Oh, that's right, we gotta do the arm center thing. Damn, it was just Mario the entire time. Or for the first phase, at least. Whoops. I'm doing alright, man. How are y'all doing? I've got this, what's it called? Oh wait, what the fuck? I've got this gigantic video that I'm working on that I'm trying to get out sometime tomorrow, and I'm very stressed about that, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good. There's the Blitty. I think that's the last one for a while. Nice. Go for the fire here. Good to hear y'all are doing well. It's it can be rough out there sometimes, you know? Got the burn. It's like right on his eyeballs. Oh, there's no way. He just runs away. God damn it. But the carrot minigame is nightmare fuel. We'll see. I really don't remember very much about this game in detail, so I am curious about some of those things that I've forgotten. Like the minigames and whatnot. Okay, so that's the bridge. Do I want to go that way right now, though? Oh yeah, because the Goombas are over there, that's right. But no, I haven't done the carrot minigame yet, though, so... we shall see the nightmare fuel soon enough. High five, how does that even work? Oh, this shitter again. I have the weeping, such a reunion of sobs. You have moved Fawful with the family drama. Shut up and don't mess with my Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser's Minions game. Only I do that. On the Nintendo 3DS family of systems. Or what is it? Is it Bowser Jr.'s Journey? I don't remember. I get them confused, but it doesn't matter. But now I have chortle time. Fawful scattered your minions like litter from a sad, ugly cat. Shit. with an MU 3DS. No, it is fun. It is very fun. I like these games a lot. Bob-omb Squad here. Come in, anyone. Come in, anyone. Hello? Anyone copying this? Shy Guy Corpse reporting. They got us. They got us all. My Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser's Minions. No! I will never not make fun of that. It's such a bad title. I kind of hate it. The carrot minigame. I really genuinely don't remember it, so I'm curious. We'll reserve the crying room for the crying for your Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser's Minions. And the crying will be like a savory soda for my soul. Now I have fury. Some fighting will be slowing you. I do like that Fawful just goes out of his way to taunt you in this game. Constantly. Don't you just click on the Goombas? Shit. Just knocked my phone over. It's fine. Is this a different enemy type? I don't think so. I mean, I guess I can vacuum once just to heal up, I guess. You can use an auto clicker? I hadn't thought about that. It should... Have I played Pokemon Go? I have played Pokemon Go. There was actually... I think I mentioned last time when I was in Thailand like 5 years ago for like a music thing. I got kind of into Pokemon Go while I was traveling, because I feel like that game is best played when you are traveling or like in a new location, as opposed to when I did try to play it just from the comfort of my own home or like whatever. I couldn't really get into it because, you know, it really wanted you to get out there and move and walk around and shit, which I just don't typically do. But yes, I have played it. Although I don't think that I've participated in like every single component of it. That's it's kind of harder to do than I expected with the mouse. But then again, if I put it in the small screen, it'd be easier because I wouldn't have to travel as much. So that is worth considering. Pokemon Go is good, but geocaching is better. I've heard about geocaching, but I've never done it. I had some friends in high school that were into that, though. And it does seem cool, because it's an incentive to kind of explore your local area and look for shit, which is... It's neat. It's like IRL... It's like treasure hunting, but in the modern day. In a sense. From what I understand, at least. Oh, okay, I see. That's kind of lit. Now let's see what the highest rolls are at. Seems pretty good. There's some 5s in there. Powers, whatever. Nice. Got this game in Superstar Saga. Which one do you play? I would, if you're trying to choose between them, I would play Superstar Saga first. I would just play them in order, and I would also recommend to not skip over Partners in Time if you can manage to acquire a copy of that too. Because I just played through that game for the first time, whereas I've played Superstar Saga and Bowser's before, and I was kind of pleasantly surprised. It was good. Definitely worth a play as well. But I would go in order, because then that way you can kind of appreciate the progression a little bit more. Because I could maybe see playing Superstar Saga later, or after Bowser's maybe being harder to get into, in a sense, if you were to do that. That was bad. Whoops. Yeah, Partner in Time is really good. Just finished cooking. Hell yeah, dude. I saw the you sent me some Space Cowboy. I saw you sent me some Tekken clips and whatnot. She was sick. And your most recent upload with the Tekken highlights was cool too. Oh, 3DS. Okay. Can't get it there. Oh, weird. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, the remake. That's right. I would trust whatever Jeffrey and Bob has to say, because I've not really played the 3DS versions so much. Or like at all, actually. I'm also not surprised that the Superstar Saga remake is more polished, since Bowser's was like their last attempt to save the company. It's a bit slower, and if you care about frame rate, Bowser's Inside Story is not stable. Okay. The rest besides OG Superstar Saga, including OG Bowser's Inside Story, are 60 FPS. Yeah. Right. Tekken 8's customization is a bit lacking, unless you're modding. It's still cool, though. I still like that kind of stuff. I remember particularly with the later Soul Calibur games, people getting really crazy with that shit. Yeah, I'm so extreme. I'm like basically at 1,000 subs, except not. But I'm just about there, which is very exciting. Like I said, I've got a massive upload that I'm trying to get out tomorrow. I'll probably be up pretty late working on that, but knock out the rest of it tomorrow, and then hopefully that'll be enough to push me over that 1,000 mark. Didn't they demolish Citra? I thought it was Yuzu, but I know isn't it from the same guys? Like, I think it's the same, or a very similar team that does both. Whoops. But I haven't heard any updates about the Yuzu lawsuit, though. So I actually don't know. Who's my favorite pseudo legendary? Let me think about that for a second. It's probably Metagross, But I like T-Tar and Salamence a lot too. Chomp is cool too. Like they're all, well, I mean they're all cool for the most part, except for Goodra, I guess. But like even Como is cool. I wouldn't say that he's my favorite though. With Gen 8's Dragapult, Bolt is cool. Bax I'm not as hot on design wise. Let me think. I'd probably say top 3 is like Metagross, Salamence, T-Tar, and then Garchomp is probably just behind. Something like that. Como is very cool though. I do like that mon. Yeah, that line is cool. I do like the, what is it, Jangmo-O, Hakamo-O, and Como-O. They're cool. Bolt has really grown on me. Like, Dragapult was one where I didn't really like it much, but now that Dragapult's been around for, you know, a generation and a half, I've gotten used to it. P3R has been beaten. No spoilers. don't spoil it for those who may still be playing, but that's awesome that you finished it though. What'd you think overall, spoiler free? Should try Mario RPG on the Switch. I actually did play that version of Mario RPG, and it's good. It's good. I don't think that I like it as much as a lot of people do, but it's not a bad game. It's more so just... I kind of think that the remake of Mario RPG was maybe a little overpriced. Tears were shed for true endings. Understandable. That's like pretty much always how it goes. P3R Persona 3 Reload, which unfortunately is not available on Switch, but is available on all other platforms, including Game Pass. Yeah, that ending hits really fucking hard, though. Yeah, I'm surprised that they didn't have the lyrics for the last track in the credits, like that they didn't have the lyrics displayed, as far as I could see, at least. That it seems like an oddly specific hypothetical. You were the chosen one, but I don't know. What would I do in that scenario? I would like call the police or something. Like, I don't know. Oh, we got the squad. That scene was gnarly. Dude, I really forgot everything about this game, but every time a new component shows up, I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, these guys show up in Dream Team again? That's cool. I think the answer is going to be DLC. Like, actually. That's actually fair. You're the chosen one. But Baconator, yeah, they do the answer / episode I guess as it was called in Japan does explain a lot of stuff. I'm like kind of mixed on the answer overall. I don't think it's executed that well from like a story and gameplay front, but you know, if they're gonna adapt it, then the gameplay is gonna just be more of P3R's gameplay, which is great. And then narratively, even if it's still the same, it wouldn't be the worst thing ever, but I would like to see them maybe adjust some things. But it definitely does give insight into the lore and stuff like that. Yeah, well, so the shitty thing about the answer, it was basically more Tartarus, but you know, the old version of Tartarus with no controllable party members and like all that. And then what I remember, because I didn't play all of it, I ended up looking up the cutscenes on YouTube after playing the first, I don't know, dozen floors or whatever, is that a lot of the enemies and bosses have evade skills, and so they have a higher chance to dodge what they're weak to, which is kind of shit. And also I think there's no compendium or something like that, which was dumb. Even if they reset the compendium, like there was no compendium, I don't think. You don't know much about P3, but the enemies look cool. Yeah, it was pretty rough. And even with playing with a controllable party member mod, as I did with Fess, I should be paying attention to the dialogue, but it wasn't like, I wasn't really feeling it. Although it does give a sense of closure in some sense. And yeah, P3 is definitely worth checking out if any of y'all have systems to play it on. No. In the original Persona 3 and Persona 3 Fest, there was no controllable party members. You could issue tactics, though. Like, there was a tactics menu where you could say, like, prioritize healing, or all-out attack, or, like you can give kind of general commands to everyone as a whole. But I know some people swear by it, and that it did work, but conceptually, I just can't get on board with that. I think while an interesting idea, a novel attempt, I'm not really into it. It was supposed to be kind of like an immersion thing, I think. Like that, you know, your other party members were their own people, their own individuals, and so you didn't directly control them, but I don't know, it's a whole thing. P4G almost a year ago. You didn't do any of the Marie stuff? That was me on my first P4G playthrough. But honestly, I'm not even too hot on the Marie stuff. But did you check out Metopia? I think I've heard of that. I don't know. There's been a couple of those types of games, right? Isn't that the one with the procedurally generated, like not procedurally generated, but like it has like the voice, the text to speech kind of thing? How's controlling party members not immersive? Yeah, I don't know. There's some argument for it, but I just don't really buy it, especially when you do have the option to not control your party members in the modern Persona games anyway. A lot of people say, you know, the AI is not as smart or something, but I'm like, I don't know, dude. I think it's a weird hill to die on. Tomodachi Life, that's what I'm thinking of, yeah. Yeah, I can't talk. I might think about checking out Metopia, but I've got a lot of games that I definitely want to prioritize before I dive into most recommendations. Controlling when the character's dialogue moves on isn't immersive. That's funny. Yeah, the PS2 version of P3, like, it just had, there's some system things that were very, like, I get them wanting to experiment and whatnot, but they stripped some of those weirder systems out of Reload, and I don't really miss them at all. P4G True Ending worth watching? Well, if you watch the P4 animation versus the Persona 4 Golden animation, it is different. The Golden animation is just the additions in Golden, pretty much. It skips over a lot of stuff, with the exception of the Golden stuff, which I guess you could watch that. It's pretty schlocky, but it does generally give you the beats. Or if you wanted to watch the True Ending stuff, I'd say it's worth looking into, but I wouldn't expect to be blown away, in my opinion at least. I am just notoriously not a fan of Marie and how she was implemented into P4. Since that was a Golden edition, she wasn't present in the PS2 game, the original. Forgot to bring the bonsai bill. Baka. Did you fight Izanami though? That's easy to miss too. How memed on the antagonist is like, that is one of those spoilers that Yeah, that's kind of the shitty thing. I would kind of agree. I wasn't directly spoiled on it initially, but I think in retrospect it was fairly obvious. I'd recommend, if you haven't watched my Persona 4 Golden discussion video, I kind of go into some of this stuff, sort of. But like, I think Adachi having a social link fixed a lot of the presumptions about the antagonist in that game. Oh, you watched it? Okay, yeah, cool. But yeah, it's one of those spoilers that's almost too popular for its own good. It's not quite to the level of, like, you know, Final Fantasy VII, which I won't spoil because Rebirth is, you know, out there. But just in case people haven't played the OG, but it's not quite to that point because, for one, P4 hasn't been around nearly as long as FF7, but it is memed on a lot, and that can ruin things for people. Yeah, there is several bad endings, which I think was pretty cool. That is something about P4 that I do, or P4G specifically, that I quite like, is there's more bad endings and more options for that. Not that you would really want to take them, they're not super fulfilling, but it is kind of a neat thing that was introduced. Even if I think it's too obtuse to actually get the good ending. Or, like, the base good ending, not even, like, the best ending kind of thing. I think it's a little too obtuse. Always do the good ending and then watch the bad endings. Yeah, I think that's a good way to go about it, for sure. Yeah, bad ending was just, yeah, it's... I haven't watched... I know what happens in the bad ending based on playing through FES, but... Yeah, like the... I actually... That's a good reminder. I should watch the bad ending for Reload. Because I'm sure it plays out the same, but just seeing that is pretty rough. One, 4, 2, 3. I don't know why I didn't hold it. Keep tripping myself up. They do look like they're from Banjo-Kazooie, you're right. I think it's like just the googly eyes on an inanimate object. It gives that effect. YouTube emojis are so goofy, no facts. I have been meaning to make member emotes. Or, well, not make them myself, but pay someone to make them. I have a few solidified ideas for that, so I do want to make that a thing. Maybe I can make that a part of the 1,000 sub goal, where once I hit that, I'll bite the bullet and... It shouldn't be too expensive, so I don't know why I'm so hesitant. It's just... I want to pick the right ones, kind of thing. Detail the keyhole man being the actual opponent. Oh, interesting. I need to pay more attention to that one the next time I fight one. Yeah, more power-up blocks for Mario and Luigi. Wiggler's a top 5 Mario enemy. That's probably fair. Probably fair. I really like Shy Guys. I think they're fun. Oh, I see. Yeah, the lock is the one that's actually throwing the shit at me. It's kind of cool. Oh shit. Nice. Damn it. In the idol, you can see the chest trying to open. Yeah, that was kind of cool. What is my favorite Persona game? It's... Well, so I actually haven't played P1, and I've not beaten Innocent Sin or Eternal Punishment, although I have played them to certain degrees. I would say I'm just not really super hot on the combat in P2 though, so even if the story and characters ended up being like among my favorites, which it is very good from that aspect, I don't think it would ever be my favorite just because of the gameplay and combat stuff, but it's 3. It's 3 for sure. I like 3, 4, and 5 for different reasons. I feel like I've kind of bullied P4 maybe a little more than it deserves, but halfway through the first arc. Oh, we got the carrot minigame coming up here. First arc before reaching Bowser's Castle. Okay, sick. Yeah, the little baby wiggler. Violence isn't farm fresh, no. Here we just have fine organic vegetables free from pesticides. Peach has a standing order, you should try them. Free-range carrots are absolutely divine, full of vitamins and minerals, wonderful for a lustrous mane. Aids beauty and dietary health. Shut up. Urusai. Don't you have any meat? Bowser hates vegans, no facts. He really is that guy when it comes to meat and stuff like that. Toxic. Granted, I feel like I never really feel full unless I have some kind of protein in my meal. Well, and even then, it needs to be somewhat substantial, I guess. I mean, carbs can also do that, I suppose. But like, if I just have a salad, it's like like 15 minutes later, it's like I didn't eat anything. Now, if I have a salad with an entree of, you know, pasta or rice or whatever, plus chicken or, you know, whatever it might be, then that's something. Burgers are pretty goated. That tick that can make you permanently allergic to red meat? Wait, really? Like, there's a particular type of tick out there that if it infects you or something like that, it... Wow. That's an interesting, interesting reaction. Talk about a huge veggie, not bad. This is all we got, then veggie ammo it is. I have a hard time picking a favorite between 3, 4, and 5. I mean, they all have something that they bring to the table. I'll go into this in the video that I'm trying to put out tomorrow. It's gonna be very long, but yeah, definitely sit on it. Definitely think about it. But I definitely think from a gameplay standpoint, P3 Reload actually does advance these games somewhat, despite being a remake of an older title. And so I don't know. I'm very much. I know that the palaces are cool, but like I think dungeon wise, I'm torn between P5 and P3 because P5 has the unique dungeons, but they're very directed and very dialogue heavy in a way that Zelda games aren't, even though the Zelda games do have very directed dungeons. And so in that sense, I kind of prefer Tartarus because it is different every time to some extent. And then like combat, I definitely think P3 is the best. P3 Reload. In my opinion, at least, of course. And then narrative and characters, I definitely pick P3, so it's kind of a no-brainer for me. Speeding things up. And I think thematically, all three of the games have something to bring to the table thematically, but I do think that 3's does resonate more with me too. Like, I feel like that game it's so thematically rich that almost every component of it contributes to the themes that it is trying to present. Yeah, Zelda games are also very linear. But the thing is that, like the Zelda dungeons, for instance, I don't mind replaying through because you're not really interrupted constantly with, you know, Morgana or whoever talking in your ear. Nice. Mario Bros playing Rhythm Heaven right now, no facts. Morgana does talk a lot, yeah, it's part of the reason why I think Strikers is maybe better, at least from a pacing and just primarily from a pacing standpoint. I think Strikers is a lot better. And I like Morgana as a character outside of all the tutorialization stuff, which is hard to separate. But in Strikers, you don't really get... Morgana isn't really, like, talking like that. He's not really serving as the tutorial guide kind of character as much. He's just, like, another member of the Phantom Thieves, who's actually pretty smart and has some good insights and whatnot. This one's minigame into a rhythm game. It's fun. It wasn't... I feel like the first two versions of that minigame were more so reactionary than like a rhythm memorization kind of thing. Yeah, I'm surprised Strikers never got DLC with like royal related stuff. Like there was never a re-release, there was never like added content of like play as Kasumi, play as Akechi. I guess it wouldn't really make sense because they both kind of leave the Phantom Thieves by the end of P5. For various reasons. So, like, I get it. I think Zenkichi is probably my favorite P5 character. Like, actually. I don't know if he's my favorite overall, but he's definitely up there. He probably cuts top 10. And then if we're talking P5, he's easily he might be #1. He's in the top 3 probably. I'll do an updated P5. Well, not just P5. I'll do an updated Persona 3 through 5 character tier list at some point. But I'm gonna do like a standalone P3 one first. Then like kind of sit on it for a while, and then yeah. I think Akechi is up there too for me, especially in Royal. I didn't play all the way through Vanilla P5, so I can't speak on how he was handled there, but I did really like Royal Akechi a lot. Bonsai Bill fell into the pasture, secretly cared for it, telling no one where it lies. Lesson or two about honor. Responsibility. The Wiggler family has been growing this for ages, growing this huge Giga carrot. Now take responsibility. And eat it. That, it's huge. But no bonsai, Bill. Got any hot sauce? There's a time limit. Chow time. Oh, great! We get to go into his bowels. That's. Oh, you did a project on him for AP Psych. That's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. If you fail, he just gives Bowser a pile of regular carrots. So it's just to make a point. That's fun. To the Grundle. Gut check. What am I looking at? Is this glitched? Is this supposed to look like this? This doesn't seem right. This is on Desmume. There's been some questionable things, but... Okay, I was like, why is there missing... This looks normal to me. Probably. Alright, so... It's like Tetris or what? Keep tapping to break up, okay. When does the minute timer start? Because I want to die doing this. Sure isn't easy. I wish there was an easier way to break all of them up. Okay. Inside that piece, okay. He just ate some of that good shit, now he's got a stomach bugging. He had some edibles. Try to hit the piece a little bit before the actual enzyme falls in. Okay. Okay. It was one of these, right? Or was it a little bit earlier? Shit. I don't know how you're supposed to keep track of which one is specifically there. Okay. Practice it. Shit. Do I have to succeed at this? Or is it like you said, where, sponsored by the Wiggler family, promoted by the Wiggler family, authorized by the very same? This, seems kind of bad, yeah. I knew the DS gimmicks were gonna get on my nerves, but we'll see. Why does it look so fucked up? Oh, they let you skip it in the remake if you fail? Okay, that's... I'm clicking as fast as I can. Okay. Not bad, not bad. A tiny one would be great here, yeah, okay. It's like very early. Somewhere around here, maybe. Okay. Come on, give me a tiny one. I feel like I could actually do this faster on a real DS. There's no way it was that early, dude. Oh, shit. Okay. That's kind of stressful. And yeah, I feel like on an actual DS I could be a lot quicker. But I did it. with seconds to spare. Can you slow down the game? I'm sure I could slow it down if that was necessary. Like there are definitely options. I know someone was mentioning an auto clicker as well, which I don't know how that would exactly work, but okay, I'm gonna go save. I should probably heal, also. This Wiggler has dementia. Use a drumstick. Yeah, just do that. It actually wasn't that bad. It was just like... that time limit is kind of stressful. Oh, like he literally... What? You told me to eat it, you idiot. I'll compost your face. There's been some graphical glitches, so I mean... Oh, I see. Oh, that's where I have to defend, I see. He's sad, Wiggler, now. Ow, you bitch. Pretty good damage. How much can I do with a punch? Not quite as much. Ah, I definitely pressed X though, but whatever. This thing deals a lot of damage though, I will say. I feel like I'm better off healing here. Do I play any Fortnite? No, I've never played Fortnite, and no, it's no slight on anyone who does play it. I really like play what you enjoy. But at this point, I'm like, I kind of almost take some weird pride in never having played it. But it's like I might as well just continue to avoid it, right? Since I've never played it. But it's not like for any particular reason other than I'm just not a big multiplayer shooter guy. If you wait a slight bit longer in your punch, you deal more damage. Yeah. I get nervous about whiffing. Like waiting too long. But you do have to wait quite a bit. Oh, I didn't guard. Whatever. I didn't Star Fox guard for the Nintendo Wii U. Came out when you were middle school, and I mean that's fair. I mean it's totally targeted at younger audiences and stuff like that. I know it's huge with kids, even to this day, which is wild. Not that adults can't enjoy it. It's just more so, just not really my thing. Seemed like it was better than last time. Oh, we got a lucky. Nice, 100 on the dot. Thousand Legends AZ. I'm like, I don't want to be excited because it's Game Freak, but... Or for ZA, yeah. But... I want to be excited. I'll put it like that. Because XY is notoriously, like, not that great of a Pokemon game, so... But Kalos is cool, and the lore is cool, and so getting to see that revisited... Like, no, Legends Arceus was very good. I just wish they had kept it in the oven for at least another 6 months, because then it would have been really good. I keep saying sorry. But I think I've always said like a follow-up. Yeah, well the thing is, I'm like all over the place right now. Yeah, it's missing half the lore because Z never came out, but now we're essentially getting Pokemon Z. That's what I think is the craziest thing. I know it's a Legends game, so it's gonna take place in a different time period. It's not gonna be like, it's not gonna be complete. I keep fucking that up. It's not going to be completely like an Emerald or a Platinum kind of deal, but effectively it kind of is. It kind of is going to be Pokemon Z. Which I think just the prospect of that is exciting. And far from what anyone expected. Everyone was expecting Gen 5 remakes, which I'm still dreading. Because I just know they're gonna fuck it up somehow. Whereas with this project, I'm like, oh yeah, and the return of Megas is so cool too. I mean, they could be. I'm gonna keep my expectations low. especially because I have access to the current Gen 5 games and, you know, the Drayano hacks and stuff, which are great. I want them to be good, but I've kind of resigned myself to not putting a ton of faith in Game Freak, for expectation's sake. But then again, if a fan base has, or well, just a person or fan base or like whatever, if someone has expectations too low, then they can be pleased by pretty much anything. So it kind of goes into the Sonic fandom thing where like Sonic games have been so not good since like, let's just say Generations was the last good Sonic game before Frontiers or something. Aside from Mania, but that's like a different style of Sonic game. 3D Sonic game. Let's go into the assumption that a lot of people think that Colors and Generations are good. Particularly Generations, but it had been so long since Gens that when Frontiers came out, even though it seemed pretty half-baked in my eyes, that Sonic fans were thrilled because it was a game that, like, wasn't outright bad kind of thing. And so that's the whole thing of, like, expectations may have been low, but maybe that game didn't pass expectations that much. I don't know. I'm not really the target audience for Frontiers anyway, so maybe that's a bad example. But I feel like for a while, people's expectations for Pokemon have been kept kind of low. Like, there's a pretty low bar for what a lot of Pokemon fans consider to be a good game. That sounds elitist. I don't like the way that sounded, but I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Where, like, I think Sword and Shield in particular, people lambasted that game, but there was also weirdly a lot of praise for it when it first came out, which I thought was odd. And I didn't hate it either. I don't particularly have an interest in going back to it, but I did not hate it. Boss incoming. Gut pain. Yeah, I'm really surprised. I know a lot of my audience is Nintendo only, or like primarily Nintendo players. So there's no slight on y'all, but I do feel like a lot of Nintendo players just haven't played a lot of open world games. And so when an open world game comes out like Zelda, which Zelda's actually good, I don't really care for it that much, but it's polished at least. Like I do understand why someone would enjoy the open world Zeldas, but I don't know. I feel like as someone who's played a lot of open world games, it's just like, yeah, it gives you a lot of freedom, but it's like the open world thing is just so played out in my mind, and it's rarely justified also. And so like with Scarlet and Violet, it's like, oh, it's open world, so it must be the best Pokemon game. It's like, no, that's not how that works at all. Especially when it looks and runs so fucking shit. I did hear the DLC was good though. I also heard the DLC for Sword and Shield was good, but I don't know, I'm not really that interested in checking it out. I do believe people when they say the DLC is good at least. Yeah, it looks like a PS2 game, and not even like a good PS2 game either. Like, have you seen Metal Gear Solid 2? That game looks fucking insane. And it came out in like 2001. Granted, that game is a lot smaller scale for sure, but there's no excuse though. Because Breath of the Wild and Xenoblade 3 look way better than Scarlet and Violet do. Make it fully open like Terraria instead of this weird hybrid. I was kind of that mentality too, like if they had leaned into the survival elements way more, I feel like that could have been something. But instead it is like this kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of approach. And I just don't really care for it. It doesn't strike the same notes that a traditional Zelda game would. And I get wanting to break up the formula. The formula was tired. It needed to be broken. But it didn't fully jump into that open world kind of survival aspect to where those systems felt particularly deep. You've only played Tears of the Kingdom? I like Tears of the Kingdom a bit more than Breath of the Wild. A lot of people in those specific niches like Pokemon and Zelda most likely don't touch open world games. Right. No, that's exactly the point that I was trying to get at, is like, they don't play a lot of open world games because open world games weren't really on Nintendo systems. I know that as someone who grew up with Nintendo systems. It wasn't a thing. Like, at all. It wasn't until I played Oblivion and Skyrim on my laptop that I was exposed to open world games. And as far as open world recommendations, Fallout New Vegas and Skyrim. Although I wouldn't go into Skyrim expecting a super deep story, but as far as exploration and progression and stuff like that, Skyrim is excellent. From a writing, dialogue, lore kind of standpoint, not so much. There's some cool stuff in there if you're going into it blind. But hardcore Elder Scrolls fans will tell you that it's very watered down, and I get that. I understand that. And it is. But still a great game in its own right, especially if you have a system that can mod it as well. Open world's very hit or miss. It's like they just kind of become for the sake of it. Yeah, it's like most open world games don't need to be open world, like, at all. Can't stand the people who act like they're objectively better. Yeah, I feel like that mentality really, I feel like, peaked maybe 10 years ago. Maybe a little bit more than that. I remember when linear games were kind of, like, looked down upon, in a sense. Because it was like, what are we doing? Everything should be open world. And it's like, no, everything should not be open world. We must exterminate you. No. P6 open world. Oof, yeah. I wonder, do we know what Metaphor's world is going to be like structurally? Oh shit, I'm like not even full health. Fuck. Wait. I forgot the bros are like so low level though. But I wonder if Metaphor, ReFantazio or whatever it's called, is going to be open world. It looks cool. I'm excited for that game. I'm looking forward to Fantasy Megami Tensei. Like, honestly, Atlas is gonna have a hell of a year by the end of this. E3 Reload, SMT5 Vengeance, Metaphor ReFantazio, maybe something else on top of that, like a spin-off or something. Pretty fucking good year. And then P6 is probably gonna be next year, if I had to guess. Actually, a boss gauntlet near the end. Oh, because after this is the giant fight, that's right. Will this land? That was kind of pitiful damage though, but... Yeah, I'm better off just... Dude, the shell is so weak. Maybe this boss resisted or something, but that's really bad damage. Oh shit. P6 comes out next year, you'll piss yourself. I think it's a possibility. Never actually played video games till last year. Oh, really? So you're like totally new. Wow. That's kind of cool though. I feel like it's rare for someone to not grow up with video games, but oh my fucking god. But get into it later in life. I know it does happen, but... Shit, yeah, I need to stop the straw. That's the only shitty thing here. Thankfully, she went for an easy move to block. Smashing Fortnite, and that's pretty much it. That's fair, though. Pokemon and Mario, okay. So, like, you didn't get into the hardcore scene, as it were. No, that's chill, though. Yeah, definitely... Fallout New Vegas is definitely a recommendation. The other Fallouts are good, too. I mean, obviously, the older ones are way different. 3 and 4 have their place, but New Vegas is really good. And, which is... Okay, New Vegas being the best modern Fallout game is, I know, a pretty general consensus, but it's not something that I really came to until Fallout 4 is the only one you've played. Yeah, but like, I had a lot of fun with 4, but to me, New Vegas is on like another level compared to Bethesda's games, where just the choice and consequence and like how much your skills matter and stuff like that is way deeper. Just keep in mind that the shooting is not going to be that great, but it's not really... It is an intended thing, and I've gone into how, okay, just because something's intended doesn't mean you have to like it, but I'd say give it a chance with the shooting being kind of shitty, because you're kind of intended to invest into your weapon skills to make it better. And then if you can play it on PC, then you can mod it to have like actual iron sights and stuff like that too, but... Probably not worth, but you don't want to make the game harder, get more coins. If I get gold medal on the Shell Attack Challenge, you can get gear that makes enemies stronger. I did forget that there were challenges for that. I'd be down to check that out once we're done with this boss gauntlet. But yeah, and then... Yeah, for sure, man. And then, like I was saying, Skyrim, from an exploration standpoint, just be careful, because you can easily sink like a ridiculous amount of time into that game. It's kind of dangerous in that sense if you really get into it, but it's... As far as open world exploration is concerned, I feel like it's... I think it's way better than the Zelda games, for sure. Puzzle-wise, it's pretty shit, though, but, you know. I feel like I have, like, no HP stat, though. And then if you're ever looking for, like, other recommendations besides open-world games or RPGs, then I'm sure I can think of some stuff. But I also think that even if you mostly played Mario and Pokemon and stuff, I do think that having some kind of foundation like that is good. Fuck me. Like, I'm kind of... I did do the Nightmare. I actually managed to do it first try somehow, barely. Like 3 seconds to spare. But even though there were a lot of games I missed growing up, granted, a lot of them my parents would not have let me play. Like, I was like 10 years old when P3 came out. There's no fucking way in hell that my parents would have let me play that when I was a kid. Same thing with like Metal Gear Solid and just a lot of other M-rated stuff. Spider-Man's another good one. Good call, Space Cowboy. The Insomniac Spider-Man games are great, and really emphasize the traversal in the open world, which is excellent. What am I playing on? I'm playing on my PC, so I had to use my mouse. You were -1 when P3 came out, Jesus. That makes me feel old. But I'm at least glad that I have that foundation of Nintendo stuff. The Batman games are also good. Good call. Good call. The Batman Arkham games are really good. As far as open world is concerned. Although I guess it would just be City and City Origins and Night in that case. But having that foundation of like of Nintendo stuff growing up, I think set me up for success in a weird way as far as talking about games, because I just know that entire scene, which, you know, that's where console gaming, it didn't start there, but like it was revived there. And, you know, the Wii Virtual Console let me play a lot of stuff when I was a preteen that had come out before I was born and stuff like that. And in addition to GBA ports of A Link to the Past and just like the GBA DS libraries in general. And then actually being active in gaming during the, wow, this is actually being active in like the gaming scene sort of in like the Wii era and on. Arkham games are the only PS3 games you played besides Rock Band. I mean, that if you had to pick, I mean, that's definitely better than a lot of other games out there. Better retry this. Got a Wii recently. Yeah, Twilight Princess is dope. If you can play the GameCube version, I would recommend that, but some people do like the Wii version. Did I even die in Partners in Time? Did I? I don't know that I did. I'm trying to think. I don't think so. No, that's true. Yeah, that's the thing with Partners in Time, where having the babies as like backup, as backups is kind of broken. I would play the GameCube version then, if you're gonna run it on Dolphin or whatever. Because the motion controls are like just kind of waggle, they're not great. And it really was designed for a GameCube first and foremost. And I think you really feel that in the design, where people criticize Twilight Princess for having too many items that you don't use that often, and only being able to map 2 items at once, but there's rarely a point in that game where you need more than 2 items mapped. I actually noticed that when I replayed it last year, that a lot of the time, certain segments of dungeons or certain areas in the overworld only require you to have the iron boots and the hook shot, or like, you know, like stuff like that, or claw shot rather. That game is sick though, love it. Oops. I definitely should not have gone for the head. Early. God damn it! I hate this move. Oh shit! I hate this. It's just me being bad, but I'm like, what is wrong with me? I'm so focused on like talking to chat, which it's cool. It's not any fault of y'all. It's just I'm getting distracted, and more so I'm just playing poorly. Stray, I never played it, but it does look cool. After this boss, a stronger and faster variant of this boss. I seem to remember I just remember the bosses in this game being kind of tough on a first try, for sure. Like when I was a kid or a teenager or whatever, Yeah, I guess I was like probably like 13. But I remember dying, I think, to the blooper statue. Maybe it's because I didn't realize you could inhale and like all that, maybe, or something. I don't know. Or it took me a while to figure that out. Ah! I knew it was early, but like as I pressed the jump button. I have to break the straw. What I do like is that you don't have to carry Mario, though. Like, it doesn't fuck with your physics and timing and all that. Straw again. From these bitches. Shit. That's not what I meant to do. God damn it. Probably should have revived there, but I can kill this little shitter. That was bad. I'm very bad. Played the final boss in high school on your friend's DS and died right before getting to Waffle. That final boss is kind of crazy. I don't really care if I use these, honestly. Have I played Mario Wonder? I have. We were talking about that earlier, actually. Mario Wonder is good. I don't know that I see the whole 9, 10 out of 10 kind of thing, but then again, that can be said for a lot of critical darlings out there. So, I don't know, what do I know? It was good, though. I thought it was fun. Definitely a step up from the previous 2D Marios, at least like the new Super Mario Bros. Games. Although I would still say that the classics are probably better, largely, with the exception of just like scope of content, I guess, but Mario 3 and Mario World are great. Excellent, even. Yeah, the badges are cool. My main issue with them is that it kind of strips a lot of the characters of their identities. Like, I understand having it be an option to have the flutter jump and stuff like that, but I kind of miss... Yeah, I think it'd be cooler if Luigi had the flutter and Peach had her float and Toad ran faster, kind of like in Mario 2. And then adding badges on top of that instead of removing stuff from characters to make into badges. And then also not only being able to equip one badge at a time, I think, was also... I wasn't like the biggest fan of that. But some of them were cool. I liked the grappling, like, Piranha Plant grappling one. The spin jump one was fucking broken as hell. Yeah, I think all the characters are the same except for the baby mode, Yoshi and Nabbit and shit like that. Which I also don't like, because what if you want to play as Yoshi but you don't want baby mode? Like, baby mode should have been a toggle separate from character selection, but I don't know. Also, that makes me sound like a dickhead calling it baby mode, but you know. It's a step in the right direction, though. I think if they continue with that kind of style of design and they bring the badges back, but maybe you can equip multiple of them, just like one of each category or something. And making the characters a little bit more unique, I think would be for the best. Because otherwise it's just kind of a skin. The animation work in that game is excellent, though. I have to make sure I always bring that up, because I think I've said before, if the new Super Mario Bros. Games looked like Wonder and were animated like Wonder, I think that they would get... I think they wouldn't be looked down upon as much. particularly by me, but maybe just in general, because it wouldn't look so generic. And then it had me thinking about what if they remade the classic Mario games in that style. But then I was like, they're gonna charge 60 bucks for that, and I just can tell that that is not gonna be worth it. Because I would rather just play Mario All-Stars. Avoided string shot, right? Interested in speedrunning, but the main speedrun uses Nabbit. I'm sure there's other categories that don't use Nabbit. There's probably something like that. Can't wait for when games cost 100 by default. Yeah, I mean, inflation is a thing. And it is interesting, though, like the whole $70 thing. Not all games are doing it. And it really just is a case-by-case basis of, like, knowing what is worth it to you as an individual. And understanding that that situation's not going to be the same for other people. P3 was 70, yeah. It was. Some people were really upset about that. But I think a lot of those same people were under the impression that it isn't, like, a full remake. It's like this weird thing with remakes where remakes shouldn't cost blah blah blah, and it's like, it just depends on how safe it is, though. I think 70 is already the new normal, basically. Like, I've already kind of accepted that some games are going to be 70. Most of which I don't really have an interest in buying anyway, so I don't really care that much. And for the ones that I was interested in buying, the price isn't really a factor so long as it's not, like, you know, obscene. Which, to me, $10 more than what it's been for the past 15 years or whatever is not obscene by any stretch. Pokemon should be 30. Well, yeah, I mean, I think Nintendo games tend to be, like, the Mario RPG remake, I'm like 60 bucks for something like that, though. I get that a lot of effort was put in, but it's, like, so faithful in, like, every regard. They did implement new systems and stuff, and new animations, but like, to me, like a P3 style remake or a Dead Space style remake, like, that is adding and changing enough for it to be significant enough that it's like, okay, this remake is warranted to exist, as opposed to just being literally just being a prettier version of the older game. Which can be fine too, but I feel like you should take advantage of the fact that you're remaking a game to actually make changes to it that are substantial. That was bad. And, like, the Link's Awakening remake too, which I really enjoyed. I like Link's Awakening. But 60 bucks? Like, I picked it up when it was like 40, and that feels more fair to me. As someone who likes that those style of Zelda games. This is going a lot more smoothly. Oh, shit. Terraria's, for example, is $10, right? Link Between Worlds? Yes, of course I played A Link Between Worlds. That game's awesome. I replayed it last year, in fact. It's very good. Top 5. Top 5 Zelda games, for sure. Replayed it on your 3DS a while ago. The one thing I noticed was the dungeons were a lot shorter than I remember, but they were still very good. Yeah, it's a great game. Link Between Worlds is great. Especially as someone who grew up playing A Link to the Past, which is also excellent in its own right. It was very cool to revisit that world. Let me see where the high rolls are at. I think I want SP. Fuck. Well, whatever. Bad level ups just mean the game is gonna be harder, which is like fine. Oh shit, I see, like... Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, the stash category is sick. I like when games have unique stats like that. It's cool. You would say stay dead, but she comes back later. Yeah. Did I make a mistake? Oh. The bros look directly at me, yeah. Yeah, the animation and expressiveness is really good. And it's definitely the best that it's been so far in this game. Which is to be expected. Like, there is something about the remake art style that... It's still expressive, but I just don't like it as much. Yeah, Wonder was really, really good in that regard. Really impressive. It was almost like, and I'm trying to remember, it was almost like it would play almost unique animations for things sometimes. Like it had a few different options that it would randomly select from for certain things. That's what it seemed like, at least. It was very dynamic and cool. Toadbird is so sick. The goat. Bye boogity. Toadbird for the Mario movie too. Blue Toad's your fave Mario character. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, blue is probably my favorite color, so if I could pick a Toad color, I'd probably pick blue. I do like Toadette, though. I think Toadette has a cute design with, like, the mushroom pigtail kind of things. What if he has permanent brain damage from Partisan Time? It doesn't ask any questions, just proceeds to smack a random component of Bowser's insides. Luigi is intrusive thoughts, yeah. Repeat offender too. His arm again? Oh. Oh, lit.
Bye-bye.
See you later, bye boogity. Bye-bye, Luigi's bye-bye. Bowser needs a doctor, yeah, right. Back to the cannon. It's the Metroidvania curse where I'm like, I want to go back and, like, see what I can break, but maybe I should just wait. Then again, there's fast travel. But also, then again, I can't really think of much in previous areas that would be breakable. Some conversations between Starla and Bowser parallel each other. Right, yeah, like they kind of continue these threads of like, hey, you should be my minion, and then brings it up again. Yeah, it's cool. There's some continuity there. Yes, we can't go north. That's a ledge, that's a ledge. Yeah, I kind of have to go left. Favorite Mega Evolution? I think Eric asked me this a while back. Favorite Mega Evo? It's hard to pick because so many of them are so good. I like Zardex. Mega Gengar is pretty sick. Like Mega Ampharos is a go-to as well. That I like a lot. With the Fabio hair. There's like so many of them. If I had to pick one, I'd probably just say Mega Ampharos, but most of them I like a lot. But I am excited for the possibility of new megas. Not even possibility, like it's going to be a thing. Which is very cool. Got the bonsai. Yeah, Ampharos is great. I know that a lot of people love Ampharos, so you know, it's one of those things where some people may view it as being overrated in a sense, but I don't know, I like it a lot. It's up there as far as Gen 2 mons for sure. So he was trying to shoot his own castle, but I guess Fawful took it over, so it just makes sense. Wait, are these Goombas turncoats for Midbus? High probability of Boosh. Do the thing. What? I mean, I guess it makes sense. Bowser's castle does float in certain games. But I'm surprised Bowser didn't accommodate for that. Make for the forest now. Oh shit, yeah, we're gonna fight the castle, that's right. Swampert's your favorite Pokemon, but his Mega disappoints every time. You don't like roided out roided out Swampert? Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not one of my favorites, but that's one that has grown on me. His neck's bigger than his thighs. Yeah, Mega Swampert did skip leg day, in fact. Oh shit. Bowser died at the end. Oh, not the Grundle. Would I like to see the Johto starters get megas? Yes, because Meganium needs a mega. Because it is dog shit. From a stat and move pool standpoint, at least. Give it a... Make it Grass Fairy, give it Triage, and Draining Kiss, if it doesn't already get Draining Kiss. And then maybe it'll be good. And then plus the 100 points in stats, too, obviously. Yeah, yeah, even Typhlosion. I mean, Hisuian Typhlosion is somewhat of an upgrade, actually, because it has Ghost Stab. Like, having the stab bonus on Shadow Ball is kind of big. And just having Shadow Ball in general is big, because Ghost coverage is just fucking broken lately. Ever since Steel type got nerfed. But yeah, Typhlosion could stand to get one. Typhlosion pretty much just, like, as far as competitive singles, it just runs like Choice Scarf or Choice Specs with Eruption, which does nuke stuff, but it's kind of a one-trick pony in that regard. And then Gator has Sheer Force, so it's actually kind of good. But it's also like a pure water type that isn't really defensive, so that's not great. Evoglobins, the evolution of Emoglobins, transcendent spiritual forms. These guys are my spirit animal. Waves of spirituality spawned us temporary arms and legs. We carry with us a measure of message of crisis for Bowser's life energy. We have awaited you in the sacred place, ever patient. The sacred Grundle. First you must hit the Emoglobin to the right to save. Yeah, we did that already. Let's go. The graphics are all fucked up. I don't like this. Oh, it's like it's like Galaga or something. What about hemoglobins? Yeah. Yeah, no, I like the reference to hemoglobin. It's fun. Use that beam to blast the adrenaline as it flies at you. Can I move to the side? Yeah. Oh shit. This one's a little bit awkward, but it's fine. I don't know how this giant fight's gonna work. Mega Typhlosion, Fire, Ground, that'd be cool. I'd be down for that. Give it Earth Power. It gets EQ already, but its attack stat's so lacking. I mean, it could be a mixed attacker with a Mega boost, though. Dude, Mega Infernape would be dope. I just want more sets of starters to get Megas. I think that would be super sick. Well, I guess Gen 1, Gen 1 and Gen 3 already got them, so 2 and 4. I feel like the Gen 5 starters, Mega Superior would be a damn demon, because Superior is still good. It's still a good mon. Good speed tier. It has like Glare and Contrary Leaf Storm. Just give it a secondary Dragon typing and Draco Meteor, it'd be a fucking menace. We're just gonna do it like this. Infernape, yeah, dude, yes, Mega Infernape would be so sick. I think we were looking at those fan creations where it was like the different forms or whatever with like the blue flame, the purple flame. That'd be super sick. And then Mega Torterra would be dope too. And Empoleon, of course. No. I know it looks a little bit fucked up to y'all, but I just want to keep this as simple as possible. Leave it to me. Gen 6 Megas would be cool too. I think Diancie is the only Gen 6 mon that has a Mega Evolution. Slide farther and faster. Maybe they'll finally do Mega Flygon, though. Oh. I guess my fire, it like diminishes over time kind of thing. Sort of like in Smash. Oh, I guess we want to probably use fire. Oh, I'm holding the button that's supposed to do the microphone thing. Why is it not working? Let me just double check. Control config. Or no, maybe it is hotkey microphone settings. This was working in the test though. Shit. Hotkey settings. Microphone. Yeah. I don't know why it's not working. That's weird. Oh, there we go. Okay, I guess I just had to hold it for longer. I didn't realize. Or maybe I had to release it or something. I don't fucking know. This isn't even the hard one. I remember the one against the windmill being low-key kind of annoying. This is actually not so bad with the mouse, though. Mega Gen 8 starters, Grass, Rock, Fire, Electric, Water, Ghost. It'd be cool. I'd be down for that. I'd be down for pretty much anything Mega Evolution-wise. Oh, you have grown giant, as has your cheating. Instead of crying, why not get big too? Ham. Bacon. Ooh, Mega Golurk though? I like Golurk a lot. Mon's cool. Yeah, you're supposed to blow into the mic. And I had it mapped to left trigger, but I was not sure why it wasn't working. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, this is weird. Nice. Yeah, they should do Bug Dragon Flygon. I'm here for it. Fire electric's cool. Yeah, Rotom Heat is the only fire electric, isn't it? And thankfully it has Levitate because that ground type weakness though. Unless you're up against a Mold Breaker Mon, so. But still. And a fun fact that I didn't realize until maybe a few years ago is that the Rotom forms were all electric Ghost in Gen 4 when they were introduced in Platinum. And it wasn't until Gen 5 that they got their unique typings of like electric water, electric fire, etc., etc. So like the only distinction, there was probably some stat differences, I think, but maybe. Do they all have the same stat distribution? I kind of think they do. But it was really just, Hydro Pump, Overheat, like the unique moves that they had was the distinction. Also, it's really lame that Rotom Fan has Levitate as an ability. It's really dumb. That might be that has to be the only flying type with Levitate, because why would you do that otherwise? Rotom Cut or whatever. Rotom Mow. Rotom Mow's your fave? I like Rotom Mow as well. I think I definitely probably prefer Wash. Wash is just the best one because it's only weak to grass. Which you're not really going to want to stay in on anyway, but... I guess the same could be said for Rotom Heat with like rock types or whatever, but... I'd say Mow is probably in my top 3. There's only 5 of them, but like Frost is an ice type, and Blizzard is so inaccurate that it like... I don't know. Rotom Frost was somewhat useful during my Renegade Platinum playthrough. I used all of them to varying degrees. Shit. Yeah, I think I used all the Rotom forms in Renegade on purpose. But I ended up settling on Wash because it's the best one. Peak Snippet design. That's a good point. That these guys are like a variant on the Snippets. Shout out to Mario 2, dude. Mario 2 gets a lot of flack for not originally having been a Mario game, but it's really good in its own right. And I mean Mario 2 USA, of course. Lost Levels can eat my ass. Haven't watched Carlito. I'm not familiar with Carlito personally. Is it like a YouTuber, or is that a show? I'm assuming it's a YouTuber, but... Oh, there's a fast travel point. Sick. Blubble Lake. He's made like an every single Shy Guy video. That's kind of cool. Like showing off all the variants of the different Mario creatures. I can respect that. Ah, so this is for the bros, I suppose. Or it's like an exit. The only thing I want to check for real quick is I want to check if there's any areas that I can go to now with the super punch or whatever, the dash punch. I don't think there's anywhere here though. Actually no, I think this might be blocked off by a boulder maybe. But I think everything else I've explored. So I can actually warp to this other one. You aspire to travel. Thoughts on Donkey Kong Country? I've never been able to get into the SNES ones for whatever reason. I haven't tried in a while though, so maybe it'd be worth a shot. I like the reboot ones a lot though. Tropical Freeze in particular is really damn good. Oh, never mind. This is different. Yeah, like Returns, I remember playing at launch. Returns and Tropical Freeze I played at launch, in fact. Returns is real good. I have a control scheme for that for Dolphin. Just FYI. If you're looking to not use motion controls and shit like that. Tropical Freeze you've never beat. That game is low-key kind of... It gets challenging towards the end, actually. It's got a good difficulty curve. These are all ledges. I don't think I can go any of these places. So I think I'm gonna warp to the woods or the forest or whatever. Yeah, I mean, that's actually a fair point. They're not like, they're harder than Mario and stuff like that for the most part, specifically for main game stuff. There's some breakables here. Like late game, end game stuff in Mario games can put up a challenge, but if you could get a new DK game, what would it be? There's been some rumors about a new 3D Donkey Kong game, which we haven't had since DK64, which I've not played. But I'd be kind of interested in a 3D Donkey Kong game. If that's what's being made, that would be kind of sick. Not gonna lie. DK kind of got plagued with the spin-off itis in the GameCube and Wii generations, with like all the Donkey Konga Barrel Blast shit, and like that's why Returns was such a big deal on the Wii, like towards the end of the Wii's life at least. I do think that I mean I know Retro is probably focused on Prime 4 for good reason. I think it would have been nice for there to be a third DKC Returns game to like round out the trilogy, like a third game that brings back the Kremlings. That was always the most obvious next step for DKC, was a DKC Returns 3, but we bring back King K. Rool and the Kremlings. That'd be fucking awesome. Yeah, because the Tiki guys kind of suck. Returns is a good game, but the Tiki guys suck as villains, in my opinion. Bowser Castle Path, okay. Oh, they were not allowed to. Oh, does Rare own them or something like that? Well, then again, Microsoft has been playing nice with Nintendo lately, so I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, well, like Banjo-Kazooie's on Switch Online now, I think, isn't it? Someone fact check me on that. And King K. Rool and Banjo-Kazooie in Smash. So it could be doable now. Maybe they wanted to do it for Returns or whatever, but yeah, Banjo's on there. Banjo-Kazooie's a great game. I didn't even play that one growing up, and I really liked it. don't know what I'm doing. I need to just head back. Could also be Nintendo being weird. Yeah, it could be. It could be. Banjo-Tooie. Tooie I wasn't as hot on. It felt a little less focused. Oh, you don't like Tooie either? Okay. Okay. Good to know. Like, I don't dislike Tooie, but it's... There's too much going on, man. The worlds are too big, too many niche power-ups and minigames and shit. It's cool in its own way, but... Yeah, the Tikis did kind of suck in returns. Tooie's a joke to you, makes you laugh. Hey, where's Banjo 3 at, though? Where's the actual 3 that isn't nuts and bolts? Tiki's were your intro to Donkey Kong? I mean, fair. Honestly, I didn't have much experience with the Super Nintendo games prior to Returns either. Got a soft spot for them. I mean, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, K. Rool is... I mean, K. Rool is just iconic. I should jump into the DKC games, the older ones. It's been a while since I've tried them out, even remotely. Oh, right, this is a dead end. You don't think he's very good in 3? Some people don't really like DKC 3 much at all, to begin with. From what I understand, at least. Oh, wait. Oh, I thought the crown was going to be spiked for a second. I was scared. Oh, what the fuck? A little water sniffet. Is 3 the Dr. K. Rool shit? I think so. Just too much like a parrot. Oh, like the mad scientist thing. Yeah, it's weird. You mean like the DK show from like way back when with like the musical numbers and shit? I've watched YouTube videos on that show. It's fucking funny. That shit's actually hilariously bad, but in like a good way. Like it's so bad that it's funny kind of thing. Banana cream pie, right? And shit like that, yeah. That shit's funny as fuck. Like actually, where are my high rolls at? Take those. Shaved head showing his hair tuft is skin. Oh, I hate that. I never made that connection. That's like actually cursed. Zero to Hero is the greatest song ever made. That shit's a riot, man. I can't believe that shit exists. That's the most wild thing to me. Like, Nintendo greenlit this. But then again, they also greenlit the Zelda CDI games, so... And the meme potential for the CDI games is so insanely high. What was his name? Morshu? Or something like that? Have y'all seen the video of, like... I think his name is Morshu, right? The salesman? Morshu reads the Bible. And it's like it's not AI generated, it was like... someone actually pieced together... Or was it? It's something like that. It's fucking stupid, but the video's like a day long or something like that. It's really obscene. Hero is iconic. Yeah, I think, yeah, for sure. Though I do think that bringing him back for a third DKC Returns game, I feel like it's been long enough to where that would be really cool. Or if this 3D Donkey Kong game ends up being real, and K. Rool being in that, I think would be fitting. I know in DK64, what was like a boxing match or something? What a weird guy. Plays like a shitty boss fight, yeah. I'm not really a fan of how K. Rool plays. Either. King of Swing. Damn, I forgot that game existed. Remember DK Jungle Climber? Dude, they really did DK so dirty in that era. It was like all spin-offs. And I'm sure some of them are fine, but it just sucks to relegate a character like that to that status. The Banana Aliens? Dude, I'm sure that the remake of Mario vs. DK is mid because the game didn't need a remake. Like, it's basically just the same game, right? That you can just emulate or play probably on Switch Online to some extent. Because Mario vs. Donkey Kong is a good game. It's a good GBA game. Did it need to have a remake that was $50? No. That's my answer. Luigi's traumatized right now. Remade the DK Game Boy game. Yeah, I guess, yeah, because Mario vs. DK was kind of a spiritual successor to that, right? Because they play pretty similarly. He has a lot of the same moves, but it's not like... They are different games, which I tend to forget. That would have been kind of cool, though. And probably more warranted, because that game is in black and white, and, you know, for the original Game Boy, not the Game Boy Advance, all that stuff. And they could have just put the original Mario vs. Donkey Kong on Switch Online, assuming it's not already there. Donkey Kong Odyssey Galaxy. Don't quote me on this, but I feel like there was some channel that covers Nintendo stuff that I remember had mentioned the possibility of a 3D Donkey Kong game made by the Odyssey team, but I don't know if that's like actually a thing. Jungle Beat's awesome. Which one's Jungle Beat? I get them all confused. Donkey Kong is the one with the bongos. Jungle Beat. Where's my phone? It's on the floor. Let me just look at an image of, no, not the movie Jungle Beat. DK Jungle Beat. Oh, you play with the bongos too. Oh, it's the platformer. Oh. Same composer as Galaxy. Wow. That's actually insane. Galaxy's music is fucking amazing. I actually find the bongos kind of interesting because you can play like other GameCube games with the bongos, which I think is hilarious. Like I think there are speed runs of certain games where it's like on DK bongos as a challenge. And that's one of those peripherals where I'm like, I feel like it'd be kind of cool to have the DK bongos, because then I could imagine playing like F-Zero GX with the bongos or something stupid. I can barely play F-Zero GX with an actual controller. Melee on bongos, that'd be insane. Yeah, what's the wave dashing tech with bongos? That's what I want to know. Is that possible? Is there anything else to find? Oh, I guess there's... No, I don't think there's anything. Luigi's Mansion with bongos, that would be interesting too. Kirby Air Ride with bongos? Hungry Box versus Mango at Evo, but they both use bongos. I want to see that. A shot block? Okay. Oh, you can pay 10 to get healed. Negative ions, go! Almost a Fawful's Castle, okay, sick. Do you think this might be a good stopping point? If I don't want to do like a whole nother dungeon? Because I really should edit that video. I've got like a lot to do, a lot of work to do on that before it's ready. Okay, so let me take a look at this equipment real quick. I feel like this is not... I mean, 55 is a lot, but I kind of do like the idea of going without. Increases rate of lucky hits. Can you get lucky hits off Fire Breath? Because Smash Melee Summit did a side event with random controllers, and the best Pika player used bongos. That's great. I like that. Oh, we got a second gear slot, so... It's probably better to just take the raw punching power, maybe. But let me see what I currently have. Oh, 20% defense booster raises... Okay. Oh, okay. Or max HP. Or this. I don't feel like this is... The microphone was the shield? Oh shit. That's funny. What's the meta? Is it better to have defense or HP? Not meta, but like, what is statistically better in this case? I feel like defense, so we just take less HP, like less damage per hit, as opposed to being able to take more hits, if that makes sense. Probably defense. Well, yeah, POW for sure, if I had something that just strictly increased POW. We'll just go defense, though. Yeah, we'll just go with the block band. Once I get a third slot, then at least I'll be able to mix and match a little bit more. Oh, we got the POW gloves. 10%. Luigi gets jack shit, though. Actually, maybe Luigi should get the POW so that he's a little bit more in line with Mario's power level, sort of. I didn't even realize I had better equipment for these guys. Hold up. Let me just compare real quick. Oh, they have equivalent defense. Mario has a little bit less HP, though. Actually, maybe I give Luigi the fighter wear, and then I give Mario the POW gloves. Because now they're closer, sort of. Right? Yeah, I guess they're equivalent without. Maybe I do want Mario to have the better defense, though. I know it doesn't really matter, but... And then we'll give Luigi the POW gloves. That's fine. Doesn't get as hard as Superstar Saga, so Gear is not a huge deal, unless you use the challenge medal. Oh yeah, let me... So how does that work? Do I do that inside of Bowser? Like there's like a challenge thing? Any special video for 1,000? I had some ideas. The main thing is that I'm gonna stream Battle Network 2 and 3 post-game, which I had promised a while back. Which I do still want to do, it's just been a while. Green shell thing is next to the boss gauntlet. Okay, maybe we check that out next time. Well, actually, hold up. Let me see. Maybe we can knock this out real quick, and in fact. Gauntlet new classes away. Let's check this out, because I have a little bit of time. So, when it comes to... Is it this thing? Only Mega Man game is X. The Battle Network games are great. Highly recommend. Oh, the first one's pretty rough, but just watch my tier list. And you'll kind of get the gist, but... You know, what's it? I've been debating on how I want to integrate those streams. I might just add a stream each week where I just do Battle Network post-game stuff, maybe on the weekend or something. Because I don't know that I want to replace like the regular scheduled streams with that. Nor do I think that I want to exclusively do that in between games, because I would finish this first, obviously. But if I do them, if I add another stream day during the week or something, or figure out some way to integrate it, then what games am I doing after Mario and Luigi? It's kind of up in the air. I'm hoping that Drayano puts out Aurora Crystal, like, sometime before I finish these games. I don't think that that's super likely, but it would be nice. Because then I could jump into that, like play a Pokemon game, Pokemon ROM hack, and then do another series or something. But it's kind of up in the air at the moment. Thousand Year Door remake? Nah. No, I just played through that game in December. So I'm probably not going to pick up the remake. Wasn't planning on it. SMT5 is an option, but that doesn't come out till like late June. So I anticipate being done with this. Well, when will I be done with this? In fact, each game probably takes me, what, like 2 weeks? These later Mario and Luigi games are probably a little longer though, but... And yeah, I would want a break from Mario RPGs as well. I'd want to do something a little bit different. Are you globin enough to enter? You're damn right I'm globin. Yeah, dude, well, we will eventually battle Serenade. I'm probably going to prioritize BN2 first. And what I really want to do in that is unlock hard mode. That's like my main goal. Which means I need to do fucking everything. Although I already have hub style, I already have most of the mega chips, etc., etc. Any interest in speedrunning? Mildly. The main game I would think that I've had an interest in speedrunning is Metroid Zero Mission, because that game is very short if you speedrun it. And I've gone through the route at least a couple of times. I'd have to like refresh my memory on it. That's something I've wanted to get back to, though. That was... wow. Holy shit. Let's try that again. Let's run it back. So I have to do this 150 in a row. In order to unlock this challenge mode badge. I can't read chat. I can't read chat right now. The fuck? Gonna start speedrunning New Super Mario Brothers Wii. Hey, good luck, man. Good luck. Other challenges drop gear too. Ah, shit. Let's try that one more time. I don't know what happened there. Stop. It's too slow to start out with. I like can't deal with it. Also, I'm using speed up, which is like a bad idea. Fuck this garbage. Let's go. I actually hate this. I'm gonna give it one more solid try and then I'm done. Fuck! Yeah, fuck this garbage, I'm done. I can't, dude. I can't. It's too tedious, it's gonna annoy the shit out of me. I can do it, I don't know why... I don't know, like, how I missed it exactly. I feel like I was in the zone. I definitely feel like I pressed the button, but whatever, I don't know. I've got nothing to prove. I find that... I find those kinds of challenges to be kind of annoying. It's the reason why, even when I was very in my Xbox achievement kind of bag, when it came to games like Dishonored 1 and like the Batman Arkham games, I would go for like the story achievements, and then challenge-wise, I was just like, no, I just don't really care about this. I would just not even bother. Or like I would bother, and then I would like kind of almost get there for one of them, and I'm just like, I just don't really like this that much. Thankfully for Dishonored 2, there were no challenge things, so I was able to actually 100% it. Sure. Did I get 100% for P3R? Sadly, no. I missed the social link one, but I can grab that on New Game Plus whenever I replay, because it really shouldn't be that bad. Oh shit. I didn't mean to say yes. Why would you ask this? I already... That was just better for Luigi. Yeah, we'll grab this. %50 target booster, make foes more likely to attack you, 10%. Oh, this is kind of cool. HP booster. So their defense is actually equal. It's just equipment that's different. I could just do the defense booster to, yeah, we'll just do this. Mutatsu have to beat the final boss. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree. I agree. That I feel like that's kind of a lot of characters, sort of, in P3, sort of. Maybe. It's like you kind of gotta give them a chance when it comes to the non-party member social link stuff. There's no sense in holding on to that shit, I don't think. Same with the Shabby Shell, it's like... You sell for 1? That's actually... Oh, fully restores HP and SP, wow, that's crazy. Let me see what the other shop has. Super Mushroom. Nuts are actually good. I'm down to buy a few here, and then herbs. Because these are used between, I think, both of them, I'm gonna stock up a little bit more. Yeah. Well, I guess it depends on what aspect of Chidori you're talking about. I go into that in the video that I'm gonna put out, so I have some things to say about that. I didn't hate it though. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that was like kind of in Fest, I think. I didn't experience it in Fest though, so I don't know how it played out if it was the same deal. But I'm not really entirely sure how to feel about it. Technically, I think that is avoidable, though. By, like, not giving him the flowers, though, I think. I think I'm good on this. Why would you not scratch a scratch card, though? That's my only... Oh. That's why. Oh, there's no negative. Okay. Then why would you never do that? Okay. Good stopping point. We are equipped a little bit more thoroughly, and next time we will take on Fawful's castle. Or Bowser's castle that's been invaded by Fawful, or whatever.